and we're gonna close this shit down. Guarantee you.
Down.
We're gonna close it down. If we have to bring black troopers and our teams from all over America, we're gonna close this bitch down.
Come on.
Bet that.
I'd have backed Harriet Tubman up. I would have been one of the conductors on the underground. And when you got away from the plantation, if you looked like you wanted to go back to the white man, they say Harriet would pull a pistol out on you. I would have had 2 pistols. I would have pulled both of them and cut them on you now all day, Bubba. You ain't going back to the white man. You either gonna be free or we gonna free you right here, big Bubba. You ain't going back. No. I would have been with Harriet. I would have been with Tucson Overture. I would have been with Gasoline the Ferocious. I would have been with Denmark Beast. Yeah, I would have been with Nat Turner. Oh yeah, I would have been with Nat Turner. I wish and hope you would have been with him too. Me and you and Nat. Going from plantation to plantation, cutting white throats and killing white folks. Me and you and Nat. Don't you know if Nat Turner would have been successful, we would be free today? Huh? I would have been with Nat. I had a sharp blade. Man, my blade would have been sharp. And I had an axe. And a hatchet too. Yes, I would have. Whatever Nat missed, I would have swung with my axe. Me and Nat. You ain't scared of Nat, are you? We need some Nat Turners in Bed. We need some Nat Turners in Bed-Stuy. We need some Nat Turners all over Brooklyn and Bronx and Queens and Long Island and Harlem, all over America. Where are the Nat Turners up in there?
Nobody's talking about that. Corrections not talking about it. The media not talking about it. The Patrick is not talking about it. Fitzpatrick. Nobody is talking about that. The reason we know he was already beaten up and unconscious, you're gonna find that out today, is because anybody that's carried in that position, your joints are being pulled out of joint. You're gonna be wiggling, your head is gonna be moving, and his head stays down. He was already beat up. They brought him here from Mid-State.
From Mohawk.
I mean, they brought him from Mohawk, beat up. They took him back to Mohawk. They ain't tell you that.
Nope.
They brought him out again and beat him up again, which is why he was prone on the ground. When they brought him in there, they revived him. We seen it. You got to go by them still. And then they continued to torture him. They murdered him. We seen it. The whole world has seen it. This correction department has never been exposed like this. But why aren't these killers arrested?
Why?
We have one judge ruled at Kingsley, I believe. He was so dangerous to himself and society that they took all his firearms. But they didn't arrest him.
That's right.
And they say he was part responsible for the death of Robert Brooks. But they took his guns, saying he's a threat to society and himself, yet he's still free to walk around.
That's right.
Free to be at home with his family, while Robert Brooks' family is here in the cold and he's in a cold grave. How is this? Anybody do a crime right now, you're getting arrested right now.
That's right.
Without any video footage. We have the footage. They don't even have that for the Holocaust. Come on, we got the footage.
Yes.
And they still not arrested. We come here to tell Utica, New York, Marcy, New York, you don't get away with this. We're gonna patrol your community. We're gonna patrol your blocks. We bringing people from other states.
That's right.
We gonna fix racism in Marcy, New York. Every prison that continues this abuse, we going there like today. And we coming in your communities. We coming in your towns, and you're not to bother us. Don't tread on us. We're gonna stand our ground, and we're gonna stand here today. It's a disgrace. The media and everybody is reporting this. But is the media calling for the arrest of him?
No.
Is the media calling for the arrest?
Don't his ass
That's
now.
what I
Every
want.
officer
Mary
now.
Brooks, Barbara Brooks' mother, want them all to be arrested. I want them all to be arrested.
You hear that?
This
I want
is
them all locked up.
Today-
They should be locked up the first day.
First day.
What is they investigating? Tell me.
We got the
Anybody
evidence.
see that tape? No, they. What? Tell me. Please tell me.
I can guarantee you.
They not investigating nothing. They whatever they doing, they stalling to me. But it's time for them to be locked up.
Come on.
I
With
know
no
that.
key, throw the key away.
Giving them
Throw
time
the
to
key
get away. That's what we doing.
They need to be locked up.
Okay,
What's your name?
this is Robert Brooks' mother.
Mary.
And we want everybody for a
I
minute.
need to say it. I already said my name.
Calm down.
Okay,
You
calm
don't
down. We
gotta
got
speak for me.
It's okay. We're here. We're all family.
Right.
We live in New York City, but I'm your son.
We all Robert Brooks.
Brother.
I'm Robert Brooks.
That's right.
He's
I'm
Robert
right.
Brooks.
See, this is how we gonna do this around.
I'm Robert
New
Brooks.
York State don't get to kill us no more without us fighting back.
That's right.
Say his
I'm
name.
her son. He's her son.
I'm her son.
He's her cousin. He's her brother. Say his name. 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 Hold up. Hold up. What the media is not also reporting to us, the truth of what they're reporting is this. We already see that the system involved in this is trying to only get 1 or 2 officers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
They put that out, and we posted it. They put it out for Kingsley to say that he's a danger. That's why they took his gun. Okay? So what they're trying to do is get 1 or 2 officers. That's the filler they got out there.
The so-called bad apple.
We
Ain't no
want
bad
all of
apple.
them.
So
We
rotten
want
bound.
every officer that works here,
You gotta pay.
that's been working here. We want this whole facility
gotta pay.
revamped.
Shut it
We
down.
want a whole new staff put in. And then we still want this facility closed.
Close.
We've already put in a petition. We've given the governor notice. This land is going to be designated Robert Brooks Memorial Park.
That's
Yeah.
right.
We're going to fight for that.
Let's go.
We're going to be here as much as we need to in their towns, in their hamlets,
That's right.
in their villages.
That's right.
We're going to take pictures of them. We're going to take pictures of their houses.
That's right.
The law gives us that right to do that.
Yeah.
We're going to do that. We are not afraid. We'll travel from anywhere we have to. You're not going to continue to kill us and get away with it.
Say that.
This family deserves justice, and they're going to get justice.
Yeah.
We're doing it peaceful today. A picture 40 years ago. You wouldn't be in here like this. You'd be here, but not for this. Okay? America, every white person in America, and this ain't racist, should be on your knees praying every night, thanking God that black people ain't seeking revenge.
Yeah.
You owe us that. Be on your knees praying every night, God, please get us to another day from black revenge. If anybody got a right for revenge and justice in America, it's us.
Yeah.
But we're going to put us through this, go through the process, the due process. We don't know what really happened at the beginning. Excuse my French. Fuck the beginning. What we saw was ending. That should have never happened by law enforcement officers. Took an oath, paid to protect and serve, not torture and brutalize and kill.
Took an oath.
You don't get to do that no more. Where's the honor? This is honor. This is Miss Barbara Brooks. These people have Robert Brooks' same name. That's how close they're related. They deserve justice. Why they gotta stand in the cold and freeze for the murderers to be arrested? If they were black murderers, they'd have been in jail.
What is the facility gonna apologize to the mother of Robert Brooks and the family? They still have not apologized, or the superintendent.
The facility ain't
Nobody.
got an apology yet.
We talked to the town hall supervisor,
Yeah.
the Marcy town hall supervisor. Received an email from him last night. I called him last week. He called me back. And my conversation with him was, why haven't Marcy Town Hall put out an official statement? First, sending condolences to the family.
Right.
And second,
That's right.
condemning the officers in this murder right in their backyard. His email to me this morning. I'm sorry, Mr. Curtis. We wish y'all luck at the protest.
Luck.
But in my personal view, I saw it. It's disgusting. But the town hall refused to put out an official press release.
That's what they always do.
So we going to the town hall.
What they do.
When we leave here, we're going to the town hall. We're not worried about correction officers, sheriffs, or state troopers. We got a right to exercise this right. We're going to exercise it. Anybody get in our way, we're going to exercise self-defense. Best believe that. We have a right. We're tired of dying, man.
Tired.
We're tired of suffering.
Suffering.
We're tired of these slave prisons killing us. Remember, all this shit came out of the black codes.
Come on.
What was the black codes? The black codes were when slaves were free. The Klansmen got together. The first prison warden were plantation owners. That's why you see the zebra stripe, black and white. They invented this shit. So they made laws to tell black people, yeah, he might let you free over there, but we're gonna make some laws to keep you criminalized and penalized. That's the black codes. We suffer from that more than anybody else because it was made for us. We're tired of it. Anytime we gotta travel from New York City for this, we're tired of it. We coming peaceful. We could come another way. We don't want to do that because we civilized. But look who we're dealing with. Uncivilized monsters
Corruption
in your
officers.
community, in your
The
town.
Department of Corruption.
Every white person in this town supposed to be calling for their arrest.
Corruption officers.
Knock them up.
Under the Department of Corruption.
How can we, this is what this is. A modern day lynching of this brother. We're not gonna let it stand like that. And we're gonna get justice. And we're gonna close this shit down. Guarantee you. We're gonna close it down. If we have to bring black troopers and our teams from all over America, we're gonna close this bitch down.
Come on.
Bet that. Hey, where you at? Money. Live and direct, co-organizing this rally from Connecticut. Freedom is a must.
Freedom is a must. Why we here? We here for justice, man. If it was 10 of us over here that did time together and we would have committed this crime on video, it'd have been a manhunt. Sheriffs, Homeland Security, everybody would have been out there to get us. Why it's been 30 days and not one of these officers has been accountable and arrested for this crime? What evidence are you looking for? The evidence is there. There's nothing else to look at. You know, we're here to support Robert Brooks. Not only that, there's many of us here that did a lot of time, 30 years, 25 years, 20 years, and we all been through the beatings of these police officers. Every time we wrote these complaints to Albany, to the attorney generals of those times, inspector generals, it always came back to investigation unfounded. Unfounded because they never believed us. While we were saddened by that, they laughed at us because they won and we lost. It took the sacrifice of this young man, this brother, for him to die, to sacrifice, for this to come up to the light, so that everybody in the world could see that this is really happening. This is facts. It's there. Everybody's seen it.
Yeah, listen, I mean, the bottom line of it, right? I need the world to zone in. Zone in on this
Identify
mother.
yourself
It's
first.
Luca. You talking to Luca?
Don't tell
bro.
them
Oh,
that.
they know that already. You're speaking to Robert Lucas, Luca. Well, I really want to address the mother. I need the world to zone in on this woman. It's cold outside, right? And y'all taxpaying dollars, while the officers was murdering her son, they was getting paid to murder her son, right? She's out here in the cold. She's not getting paid to be out here. She's not getting paid to be out here. So I need the world to understand the gratitude of this situation and understand that we seeking for justice, but we seeking for change for the Department of Corrections. We're not out here in the cold for no reason. We're not out here in the cold because this is something to laugh at. We're not out here in the cold because Robert Brooks is coming back tomorrow. He's going to get released. He got a release, they said. No, it says he's released. But he's deceased.
That's right.
It's a difference.
That's right.
And what I'm saying is, this woman needs retribution. And only way we're going to do that is we stand out here and we make a difference. So we here for a reason. So please, respectfully.
For a reason.
If you know the problem, you're not a part of the solution, you then become a part of the problem. So world, respectfully, show up. It ain't about, you know, the cameras and all of that. Like, respectfully, this is pain. Like, I cried on my way here. Like, I need y'all to understand this. Like, I got a quarter tank of gas. It's not about the money, man. This is about the reality that somebody, while we protesting out here, is getting hurt right now. Somebody right now. Right now.
That's right.
Like, yo, oh, you think because they out there protesting, you got, shut the fuck up and go in the queue. That's what I said. That's what you're gonna do. They probably on shutdown. They probably not even being able to do rent because we out here right now. So I need the world to understand the sacrifice, the gratitude of this monster that we fighting, because we can't fight it alone. This woman can't fight this alone because we out here for her. Make no mistake. In the name of Robert Brooks, Mary, you have a whole bunch of sons, and we really like that. So I'm asking the world to come together to make a difference.
Thank you, guys. Thank everybody.
Say his name! 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 We get ready to march right down here. Say his name! Say his name! Say his name! Say his name! Robert Brooks! 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 What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it?
Justice!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
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 Robert Brooks! Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
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 Stop! We command you, as officers of the law, we're your boss. We're directing you as taxpayers on public property, and you work for us, to go arrest these officers that murdered Robert Brooks and the medical staff.
All of them, not one. All
You
of
took
them.
an oath to uphold the law and the Constitution. You're right here, and they're at home, and you know where they're at. Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
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 What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
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 What do we want?
Justice!
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 When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
This way.
Can't even look at me, y'all.
Can't even look at it. Can't look at it.
Understand that, though.
Can't look at it.
Fucking piece of shit, motherfucker.
Coward.
I'm right at this person. Look at me.
Stop right here. Stop right here. Stop right here. Where the family at?
Where's mommy at? Mommy! Where's mom's at? Mommy in the arm.
Come on over here.
Come on, come on. We in the front. We in the front line. We in the front line.
Say his name! Robert Brooks! Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want?
Now!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
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 What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want?
Now!
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want?
Now!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks!
Say his name!
Robert Brooks! Justice! Now! Now!
Robert Brooks.
Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks.
Robert Brooks. What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it? Now. What do we want? Justice. What do we want it? Now. Say his name. Robert Brooks. Say his name.
Robert Brooks.
Say his name.
Robert Brooks.
What do we want?
Justice.
What do we want it? Now. We're going to stay right here for a few minutes. We're going to have a moment of silence for Robert Brooks.
Traffic comes through. We're knocking it down. No traffic comes through.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid. We do this all day. We do this all day.
Don't be afraid.
every day.
We come a long way with you.
Get out here. Stop this traffic.
Don't be
We should
afraid.
never let that salt truck in there.
All right, let's have a moment of silence for Robert Brooks. No talking, just moving. And we're going to stand here for a few minutes, a moment of silence.
So listen, you guys are absolutely allowed to exercise your First Amendment right. But what we can't let you do is block traffic. So if you guys want to line up on the side of the street,
blocking traffic citation, right? Y'all incurred the violation of the CRTIS. Write the citation.
we don't want you to.
We want you to write it.
We want you to write. If we write you the citation,
Ain't nobody carrying us. If anybody put their hands on us, we're going to get busy.
I know
If you put your hands on us,
I'm not saying we're going to fix the hands.
stop coming close to me. I'm nervous with police. You got a gun? You intimidate this? First y'all gave us a run around diggery. We're gonna leave after we give up one of the citations. If you want to write a citation,
I'm not talking about writing a citation. I'm talking about keeping traffic flowing. You guys here as long as you want, as long as
you know what happened here, right?
I absolutely
Watch the traffic come by. We need a moment of silence on the street. So don't try to escort traffic in the street.
Listen, so there's a big difference between obstructing
Okay, we
traffic.
just keep
I understand you guys are
You watch the podcast. My podcast?
Yes, sir. And you're on there. And the law and you guys make it out of place. And I know you're not looking at and I know you didn't look for trouble and there wasn't trouble in Rochester. There was trouble here. And we want you to be able to say what you want to say. We just don't want anybody to get down. And we want traffic to flow.
All right. You got that.
Sir, more people agree with you than you want to think on this side. I understand, sir. Listen, I'm not taking the thing you're saying to me personally because I understand you have a right to be aggravated and you have a right to express that aggravation. I'm just asking you to do it in a safe way and not block traffic.
We're gonna do a moment of silence.
Yes, sir. Please do. Please do.
All right, everybody, right here. We're gonna do this proper moment of silence right here.
Still, no one comes through.
No one comes through, so we finish.
We'll have some police cars to make sure that nobody comes through.
Thank you.
All right, let's
Moment
get
of
out
silence,
there. Moment
please,
of
for Robert
silence.
Brooks, for his family, for all victims of correctional officer abuse, all victims impacted by correctional officer law enforcement abuse and murder. A moment of silence, please. A moment of silence, please. Excuse me. Everybody do a moment of silence with your hands. Can we put our hands behind our back? Please, respectfully. Can everybody put their hands behind their back for this moment of silence? Like if you got handcuffs on, respectfully. If you ain't got a camera in your hand, news people too. News people, if you don't got a camera in your hand, can you put your hands behind your back too, please? Behind your back, everybody behind your back in the moment of silence. Behind your back, please.
Say his name.
Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Robert Brooks. Justice! Justice! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Justice! Robert Brooks! Justice! Robert Brooks! Justice!
Shut it down! Shut it down! Everybody come this way, please! Everybody in the street, come this way, please! If anybody wants to stand on the side of the street and show their signs, cool. But we need you to come over here with us. Come over with us.
Sir,
Where's,
sir.
Yes.
We got an ambulance for a sick inmate that's got to get to the station here. So they got to clear that traffic out, one of which is abandoned. You good with that? All right. They're going to
Robert Brooks! 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 Robert Brooks!
Ambulance has come through.
Robert Brooks! 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 Why should we allow them to go forward, man? Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Where the beat up squad at? Robert Brooks.
Robert Brooks!
Robert Brooks.
Robert Brooks! Robert Brooks! Robert Brooks!
UPB. They need to put books in the library.
Robert Brooks!
Robert Brooks!
Family, my name is Victor. I'm from New York City. I consider myself a survivor of the system. Unfortunately, a lot of people are not survivors of the system, or they don't get out of the system. But what we have seen here, we know this is not an isolated incident. We know these types of things happen behind these walls. We know this is a regular occurrence. It's just that this time we've seen it. This time they cannot deny it. This time they cannot push it under the rug. I can tell you is that these type of situations has been happening as long as they have been having prisons. This is modern day slavery. Nothing has changed except the name. The treatment is the same. They just dressed it up in a different look, but it's the same thing. Slavery, murder, lynching, same thing, change the name. What I have to say is that it is beyond belief that we're up to 30 plus days since this murder occurred.
No charge.
30 plus days. If that would have been one of us, we'll be ready for sentencing already. Believe me, they would have fast-tracked us. We'll be ready for sentencing. It is just unconscionable to believe that after 30 plus days, the only thing that's happened is that they have been suspended without pay. one correctional officer permanently resigned. And then the other part, 18 people. 18! If you don't know, the count is 18. 18 people have been charged in some type of way, form of complicity in the murder of Robert Brooks. Now, what they're telling us, that they have disciplinary charges filed against them. That's nothing. I had disciplinary charges against me. I went to the box. But something happened. Nothing happened. You suspended without pay. You're not criminally charged. You are not arrested. You're still allowed to go home and be with your family each and every day. But not the Brooks family. Not the Brooks family or any other families of people that have been murdered behind these walls. We're here to demand criminal charges and arrests. And we want full accountability. And that's only the beginning. But this is the beginning of something that is much larger than all of us. Much larger. And we're going to come out, we're going to raise our voices, we're going to make sure that Morphy gets shut down. So prison industrial complex can no longer continue to operate as business as usual. We, the people, would not stand for that. Guess what? I pay taxes today. And I'm proud to pay taxes. I pay into the system. But I don't pay in and I don't support murder and people being mistreated inhumanely behind these prison walls. So guess what? We're going to come out. We're going to speak out. We're going to rise up. And yeah, don't believe me, it is a revolution. Yes, it is. It is a revolution. And we ain't talking about arms. We talking about a changing of the system revolution. A changing of the system. And guess what? We the people.
The media is covering this in whole and in part, and they're going to use sound bites from certain people. But what we want the media to do is call for the arrest of these officers.
All of them.
They're in your backyard. They're in your front yard. They're at your side door. They're in your driveway. They're at your supermarket. They're at the gas station. We, black people in New York and in America, in New York, we recognize that we are in Klan territory. Now, when we say that, we're not talking about all racist white people. We're not talking about all white people. We're talking about a segment of the white American population that is still hell-bent on racism from 1619. If you notice, they say they're higher than black people. They say they're more supreme than black people. But you notice when they say that, the only comparison they use is black people. They don't say we're better than Native Americans. They don't say we're better than Jewish. They don't say we're better than Islam. They say we are more supreme than black people. And that's what led to Robert Brooks being murdered here today. We're going to bring the nurse on. His son, Ben the nurse.
Everyone over here with his son.
This is Robert Brooks'
I need
son.
everyone with his son right now.
Everyone come support your son.
Where's mom's at? Right here. Where's mom's?
This is his son.
This is Robert Brooks' son. This is his flesh and blood. This gentleman would carry his bloodline on.
For what they did. We have to be sorry. We need to be sorry for what they did to Robert Brooks. He killed our brother. He killed our cousin. He killed our son. They, not he, they. All of them killed Robert Brooks.
He killed
murdered. They murdered him worldwide.
I just want to say personally, I want to thank every single one of you.
Hello? There you go. I want to personally say thank you to every single individual that came out here to support. It's not just my father, but it could be your cousin, it could be your uncle, it could be your niece, it could be your sister, it could be any one of us. And I want to say thank you so much. The world needs to know. The world needs to know And I want to personally say thank you guys for coming out to drive. I want to say thank you so much. I'm lost for words right now because of the support. It's so momentum. It's overwhelming right now.
We with you. You got brothers here.
Oh, my dad.
All of us is your brothers right
is
here.
looking at us right now. His name will not go in vain. His name will not go in vain. No justice, no peace. And I just want to personally say thank you guys so much. We can't do it without you. The world needs to know. It don't matter who you are. You can share that video. We made it to the world to know. We wanted to show the world for a reason. That it could be changed. It could be a spark of change. So I want to personally say thank you.
Welcome, bro.
No doubt.
I just want to say right quick is that I did look him up, Robert Brooks' son, on Facebook, and he is a well-groomed young man.
Yeah,
well-groomed. He could be out here gangbanging. He could be out here shooting up people. He is a well-groomed fella.
Yeah.
And we all need to stand with him in solidarity, not only from this day, but from this day on.
Yes.
And we will shut down Martha.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep. This is not just for one day.
No, it's not.
See, everybody comes out, oh, something happened, so the black people are in the war again. No, Marcy. Marcy Correctional Facility. Utica, New York. Syracuse, surrounding areas. We here to stay.
Here to stay.
We ain't going nowhere. We gonna be in their face.
All day, every
All day,
day.
every day.
Let's go.
These state police officers standing right here somewhere just told me that we watch your live. You're not a friend on my page. You wasn't watching me before that podcast show. Why are you watching me now? They watch a black man that has knowledge and education, and that's a man's man. Like his nuts hang to the ground. The only reason mine ain't on the ground because I got pants. This is why they watch us. They are scared of the truth being exposed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we watch your podcast. Man, you ain't my fucking friend. Get off my page, agent. You're off. We here to check you too. He want to shake hands. We ain't here to shake hands. We ain't here to do that. Where were you at when Robert Brooks was being murdered?
Yeah.
Where were you?
Right.
Probably in a bar with some of these same officers that murdered him. Yep. Y'all in the same union. You're in the same club.
Yeah.
We want to let this sister here speak. She's a nurse, her profession, and she's going to speak about the murder of Robert Brooks.
Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys very much. My name is Shantasia. I'm a licensed nurse. Been nursing for over 20-something years. I'm going to say a couple of different things. I first want to speak to the nurses that was in that video. Because as a licensed nurse, we have a duty. We had an oath. We swore to be protectors of our patients. We are mandated reporters. So to sit there and watch dozens of police officers abuse somebody right there with you standing there and you did nothing, and you smiled because it was, what was funny about it?
Right. Laugh. Sat on the side.
First and very foremost,
Lose your license.
I'm gonna speak on the correctional officers. But I don't think the media is covering enough of these nurses that take oaths to report. We are mandated reporters for any type of abuse. It doesn't matter if we are watching civilians walking down the street abusing each other. We report that. If it is an officer beating on an inmate, we report that. If it is a patient beating on a nurse in the ER, we report that. So why was this not reported immediately? Why did no one step in immediately? Why did no one say, hey, you doing too much immediately?
Expose it. Right.
And I want to speak to the correctional officers because I visit Mercy Correctional Facility quite a few times. My husband been in here. I have family members that was in here. I visited Mid-State. I had family members over there. So I know the attitude, the anger, their condescending ways that they are with not only the inmates, but with us. When we come in to see our family members. When they beating the shit out of one of our family members and we want to get a visit and they tell us that we cannot visit our family member because they in a box. Or they tell us that you can't visit your family member because guess what? We found cocaine residue on your hands when we swabbed you. So they use a lot of different techniques to stop people from catching the shit that they doing in it. Okay? Secondly, my husband was here last year. I got a phone call telling me that my husband got the shit beat out of him by the correctional officers. When I called up here, they couldn't give me no information. But luckily, me being a nurse and knowing good and goddamn well, me as his wife get that information, then they switch it. Oh, he had a gang fight. No, my husband told me the police guards, that's the same beat-up squad. The beat-up squad. The same fucking sergeant. The same fucking COs. The same, only person who was different out there was the nurse. And that nurse, I commend her because she stepped the fuck in and said, absolutely not on my fucking time. I know Ms. personally. I'm from the Rochester area. I was born in Utica. I was raised in Rochester. I know him personally. We stumped the ground together. He's a decent guy. I don't give a fuck what he did in his past. I don't care what he did. That's why we have a justice system. That's why we have a court system. He was charged. He was tried. He was convicted. He was serving his fucking time. Nobody got the right to play God. Not even a police officer. Not even the correctional officers. You guys are not above the fucking law neither. You're not. Because you think that this is a situation where we're just gonna walk away today and just stop. No, we're not. No, we're not. I have police officers that I know in the area like, oh, Shatasia, you are very vocal. I'm very fucking vocal. And when I get involved, I get involved. And when I get touched, I get touched. And I don't give a fuck if I gotta keep saying this until the sky turns purple. I'm gonna keep saying justice for Robert Brooks.
She brought up a very valid point that a lot of us don't even think about. And that point is that when a person is arrested and prosecuted and receives all the due process that is warranted in the criminal justice system, and they are convicted, they are then incarcerated either in county jails or state facilities. We know that. Once they're there for what? Rehabilitation and punishment for their crime. The punishment is simply this. They take you away from society and lock you up. That's the punishment. Then you work on correcting your life or rehabilitating your life yourself because they don't. But here's the thing. No matter what Robert Brooks was in jail for, why is that even being brought up? See? Why is what he was in jail for being brought up? The correction officers murdered him. Medical staff stood by and laughed. We have the photo. What is that? What does Robert Brooks' murder by state actors have to do with a crime he committed 6 years ago? Who was the brother from Citizen Action Center? Sonia. Please come over, brother. This brother is in Utica. This brother's been fighting for justice up here while we're here today. Fighting for justice in the community. Fighting for justice all around. Introduce yourself and speak on what.
Hi, my name is Tanya Bakui. I'm here with Citizen Action in New York. I'm the lead organizer in Central New York. And we held our rally for Robert Brooks a few days ago on Saturday. A bunch of you here were there. I'm happy to see some of the same faces. And I'm just here to say that we know that it's way more than just one instance. We were lucky to see this one instance caught on footage. But we know that the beat-up squads, the goon squads, the kind of routine treatment of prisoners in these facilities is disgusting. especially here in central New York, especially here in Utica. We've had case after case after case. Just in the past month, we had Edward Schultz die just last week. We had a lawsuit come out against the officers of Mid-State Correctional Facility, alleging revenge beat-ups for a mistaken crime, mistaken vengeance, 32 cases of inmates being brutalized separately and denied medical attention. We know that this is all too routine. And we're here to provide lasting change, because this is not going to be in vain, just like we heard all the speakers here speak to earlier. We have a petition, we have a call to action we're going to pass out to everybody here to make sure to call your representatives and demand justice and demand accountability for these officers who committed such a sick and inhumane crime. Robert Brooks deserves justice, Edward Schultz deserves justice, Aaron Jackson deserves justice, James Barton deserves justice, so many more names. It's absolutely disgusting that there's so many names that I can't even remember right now. But we need action to make sure this doesn't happen anymore. We need an independent investigation into all the prisons in New York State, because it's way too much. It's from Attica to Rikers to Central New York, and it's way past time for things to change. And that's all I have to say. Thank you.